Back again. Everyone's probably like, where you been, man? I bore you with the details, but it barely holds my interest, so I'm not going to bore you with it. But life gets in the way sometimes. What can I tell you? Um, this is a review of the Campfire Audio EO, or IO. Um, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that, although Kurowong, who has a YouTube channel, pronounced it EO. So potentially it's an EO. I'm not 100% sure. And I've had these for about a week. I bought them here in Canada from a reseller. Um, and wow, so much to say about these. So little time. I gotta say, my initial reaction on these at first blush was that I was disappointed with them. I didn't know how to handle it. My brain didn't know how to process the information that my ears were giving it, and I think that that is a compliment to the IO and to what Ken Ball and his team have done here. Um, and the reason that I say that is because it is challenging me to sort of unprocess and unlearn what I've learned about audio and relearn it. And that's something special. When you have something controversial, you have something special. And it's going to take time for people to, I think, truly understand this earphone. And this is not an earphone that you listen to in an audio show and you come away with anything else but disappointment from, because it's going to sound different from everything else you hear. And I've heard a lot of shit, a ton of shit. And I have heard the Andromeda. I had a friend who had them, and I did listen to them for a number of days, and I do love them, and I can't afford them. But I might afford them now because I got a new job. Won't bore you with the details, but I can afford higher end stuff now. I make more money. So this was my first purchase, and these were $399 Canadian. That's not cheap for me. That's not cheap for anyone. That is sort of mid-fi level right through and through. Between $300 and $500, I would consider, let's say $300 to $600 would be mid-fi. And I've been in the budget-fi world. And by the way, this is Chi-Fi Reviews, so the guy that's going to post in the comments, hey, this is not Chi-Fi. You're right, man. I know that. And you can, go fly a kite. I don't care, This is my channel. So anyways, yeah, it's not Chi-Fi. This is Portland. This is Oregon Fi. I guess designed in Portland, Oregon. I'm assuming that these are not made in the United States, but maybe they are. Maybe they're made through and through in the U.S., and that's cool. They're beautiful. They're striking. This is more of a maroon color than a red, I would say. And they come in this beautiful carrying case, which people have had problems with online. I have no idea why. These things are gorgeous and it smells so good. I'll be at work smelling this thing nonstop. It's absolutely, I have an addiction to smelling this. And I think they call this leather, but I don't play in the leather world. I'm used to PU leather and stuff like that, fake leather, synthetic. So yeah, these are, it's great. It's got this really nice inside, very soft, plush. I think the unboxing has been done already, but it needs to be noted that this is a really nice package. It comes with your little ear holders that are kind of a combo, and you can kind of IM holders, and you can kind of stick one and the other in. Hopefully that'll reduce maybe the chipping and some of the natural aging process a little bit, for people that don't like that. But I think that can look kind of cool as well. And there's a couple of those. One of them, there's a few of them actually. I don't know why they packaged 3 of them in here, but one of them is carrying all the tips inside. And all right, enough of that. Let's talk about the sound for a second. It is incredibly detailed. It is people use the term airy lightly. This is an airy earphone. I've never heard anything quite like this. I'm hearing things in songs, and I've said this, I've thought this before, but this is some next level shit. I'm hearing things in songs that I have really never heard before. There's there's a Dire Straits song, for example. What's it called? Right Across the River. No, it's on Brothers in Arms, and it's got a saxophone in it. And oh, it's Your Latest Trick. And the saxophone has this effect in it. I've listened to this song probably 120 times in my life, and I've never noticed this before. It has this effect where it's fading out into the distance, and you can actually feel in the back of your head, it's like the saxophone is going from your ears, your eardrums, to literally out your neck and the back of your body. It's absolutely brilliant. There's staging and imaging properties here that I've never heard before. And I do wonder, based on some of the things that people are articulating in the Head5 forums, if other people are kind of feeling the same way. And from what I can tell, the people that have purchased these and are really listening to them on a daily basis are beginning to enjoy them more and more. They're not perfect. And is there a perfect earphone? I probably not, right? So what are some of the problems? Well, you know, people talk about this unnaturalness or this artificial sound, and I get that. Balanced armature drivers and dynamic drivers are apples and oranges in a lot of ways. They do the same thing. They're the same shape. Let's say, well, that's the apples and oranges, but they don't have the same taste, right? So there is properties to a balanced armature that are hard to articulate. But you do know that they're fast, so it's going to offer you that fast decay on the bass. There is some sharp edges, but the tuning on these rounds off the sharp edges, and there is this fast attack that is really, really cool and clean and crisp, and it's giving you music differently. You have to think differently for these, and they're really, really amazing, really. And they also respond really, really well to EQ. So people that, you know, potentially think they're not bassy enough, you can bass it up. You know, there's I've used these with my ES100, the Radzone Bluetooth dongle or whatever you want to call it, the little Bluetooth thingamabob. And it has its own built-in equalizer, and one of the options, one of the default options is bass boost. And these sound really nice with that. But the thing is that these are so articulate and they give you so much that these are giving me that sort of grainy Bluetooth sound that you get from Bluetooth out of the ES100 through LDAC. And I didn't realize that it did that. I mean, I had a hard time telling the difference between the Bluetooth ES100 and the Direct Connect ES100, because you can use it as a DAC as well. But now I can with these because they're just that, they just define music that well. And that's saying something. It really is. And I don't think it can be discounted what that says. To me, these are phenomenal. I'm so happy to have them. They're beautiful. They're well made. You know, they've changed the design a little bit. Like this is your classic design, like Campfire audio design that KZ jacked. The look in most respects. However, they've rounded off the edges a little bit, and they've extended the tip. And what that does is it balances out the weight a little bit. So the weight is dispersed a little bit better in your ear. And it, you know, I can listen to these for 6-7 hours and not get any sort of pain. And that's pretty rare for an IM for me. After, you know, an hour or two, I do find that there's usually some annoyances, but these are extremely, they're light. I'm not sure if they're lighter than the older design of the housing, but they could be. Could be not. They come with a variety of tips, but I've found that the medium spin fits are the best for me. Of course, ear sizes vary, so take that for what it's worth. These 24 karat gold accents look really nice. I mean, I think they're gorgeous. Um, it's beautiful. The cable's wonderful, soft and plush. It never tangles. The whole thing is just a thing of beauty. I'm truly impressed and blown away by my first experience with owning a Campfire audio product, and there'll be more, I think, because of it. They're expensive as all shit, but I don't know. I might buy the Comet or something like that just to have something different. I don't know. I'll see. Or I might save up and get the Polaris or grab a used Andromeda at some point if I have enough money. But yeah, I'm really, really impressed with where I'm at right now with my Campfire audio experience. Give them a chance. If you buy them and you're like, yeah, I encourage you to really sit on them for a while, listen to them, let them burn into your brain image. Like this. That's a thing too that people have mentioned on the Head 5 forums. I can't remember who specifically, but said, at first I someone believed that there was a potential that there was a burn-in period that actually smoothed the sound out. I think that's more of a mental thing, but I did notice it too. It could be truthful, but the way I understand balanced armatures is that there's no physical burn-in really required with them. I thought that was a dynamic driver thing, but hey, correct me if I'm wrong or wrong. But anyways, this is the Campfire Audio IO, heyo, and I love it. So that's what I think. I'm sure a lot more reviews are going to come. I know Kura Wong is going to do one on his channel. He was saying it with one of the videos he released recently, and I'm sure other people will get them too. I'm sure it'll get a solid 8.7 on Headphonics because they literally rate everything based on the price, really. So that's how they do things. They don't want to disappoint anyone, but they'll say some things about it. They'll bring up the splashiness and the peakiness, maybe. It really depends on who's going to do the review. But hey, I love them, and they get my thumbs up, and for what it's worth. That's it for now. I'd like to say I'm going to come back with a whole lot more videos. I have things that I need to review, and I think that I will if I can find the time. Hey, I was in between jobs, a lot of stuff going on, family, blah, 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 but I'll try and find the time. Thank you for watching, and thanks for being patient, and peace.